Welcome back. Let us recap on the quicksort algorithm. P is referring to the pivot element, which is the first element from the array to be sorted. I is used to refer to left to right scanner index pointer. J is used to scan from right to left. S is the partition position. If I is less than j, that is when the scanning process stops, we need to swap the ith element with the jth element, increment I, decrement j, and continue the scanning process. If I greater than or equal to j, then swap the jth element with the pivot element p and assign s the value of j, which implies the partition was made at position s. Recursive call to sort the subarray, either the left subarray or right subarray, is done only if L is less than R. So in this example, let us see how the quicksort works. Since we know the first element is selected as the pivot element, P is now pointing to the element 65. I will point to the second element, that is 70, and J will be pointing to the last element, that is 45. Let us begin the scan from left to right. The left to right scan will look for any element which is larger than the pivot element where we need to stop. So the element pointed to by I is 70, which is larger than 65. So our scan will stop here. Then we continue to scan from right to left till we get an element which is lesser than the pivot element. The element pointed to by j is 45, which is less than 65. So our scan stops. Now when you stop, we feel that I is less than j. Since I is less than j, we need to swap the ith element with the jth element, increment the I index, decrement the j index, and continue the scanning. So pivot P is still at 65. We had to swap ith element with the jth element because I was pointing here and j here. Now after the swap takes place, we have got 45 in the place of 70 and 70's place. In the place of 45, we have placed element 70. Now, I needs to be incremented. So, I points to the next position and j will be decremented. Next, you should continue the scan. So, the left to right scan, 75 is greater than 65. So, the scan stops here. When we compare 50 with 65, 50 is less than 65. So, the scan stops. When the scan has stopped, the observation is I is less than j. Because I is less than j, the ith element needs to be swapped with the jth element. So now 50 will come to this position and 75 has come to the place of 50 after the swapping has taken place. And then once this is done, my I will point to the next element and j is decremented to point to the previous element and P is pointing to this location. So now we are having I pointing to this 80 and j is pointing to 55. Pivot is 65. So now our scanning continues. When we scan from left to right, the element 80 is greater than 65. So scanning will stop here. And now we continue with the right to left scan. 55 is lesser than 65. So the right to left scan also stops here. Because when the scan stops, we need to check for whether I is less than j or I greater than j. So I is still less than j. So we need to swap the ith element with the jth element. So after doing the swap, 55 has come to the place of 80 and 80 has come to the place of 55. Now the scan will continue. So I is incremented and j is decremented. The pivot is still pointing to the element 65. Now the scan will continue. So I is pointing to the element 85, which is larger than 65. So we will stop the scan here. J is pointing to an element 60, which is lesser than 65. So once again we have encountered the same condition. We stop scanning here. When we scan, we observe that I is lesser than j. So once again a swap needs to be done. So 85 goes to the place of 60 and 60 goes into the place of 85. Once this is done, I is incremented and j is decremented. Now let us see how the scan works. Now left to right scan. 85 is pointing to an element which is larger than 65. So scan stops. J is pointing to element 60, which is lesser than 65. So right to left scan also stops. Now when it stops, we observe that J has become greater than I. Sorry, I has become greater than J. So in that case, what you do? We swap the jth element with the pivot element. So jth element is swapped with the pivot element. Hence 65 has gone into the place of 60 and 60 has come into the place of 65. And now at this position our partition has been made. So further we are going to continue sorting these four elements on the left side, 60, 45, 50 and 55, and separately we will sort the right sub array, that is 85, 80, 75 and 70. Now let us see how the left sublist is going to be sorted. So the pivot element is 60, I is pointing to the element 45 and j is pointing to the element 55. So the left to right scan begins. 45 is compared with the pivot element 60. Since it is lesser than 60, I is incremented to point to the next position. So now I is pointing to the element 50. 50 is again compared with 60 and 50 is less than 60. Hence the scan continues. So now I is going to point to the element 55. 55 is compared with 60. 55 is again less than 60, but we observe that there are no elements further to the right. So the I stops at 55. Now we will continue with the right to left scan. 55 is less than 60. So the right to left scan stops. Now when it has stopped, we know that both I and j are equal. So at this condition, you are supposed to swap the jth element with the pivot element. Hence, we have got 55 has come to the first position and 60 has been moved to the place of 55, and now the partition S was achieved at this position, that is 3. Further, you are going to sort these three elements 55, 45 and 50. Now let us see how this right sublist is being sorted. P pivot is pointing to the element 85, I is pointing to the element 80 and j is pointing to the element 70. I is going to be compared, the element that is present at I, that is 80 is less than 85. Hence the scan continues to point to the element 75. Now 75 is also compared with 85. Since 75 is less than 85, No need to swap anything. I is incremented. Now I is pointing to the element 70. 70 is again less than 85. To go to the next element, we do not have any more elements after 70. So the scan stops at here. So next element at J is compared with the element that is at P. So 70 is compared with 85. Since 70 is less than 85, we need to stop the right to left scan. Now both I and J are pointing to the same position. When I or J are pointing to the same position, we need to swap the jth element with the pivot element. Hence, the element 85 has come to the place of 70 and 70 has been got to the place of 85, and now you have made a partition at S is equal to 8. So you need to separately sort this sub list of elements 70, 80 and 75. So let us see how to build the tree of recursive calls for the quicksort in order to sort the given list of 9 elements. Initially, L is 0 and R is 8, the index of the first element and the index of the last element. With this value, we achieved a partition at S is equal to 4. Further, we had to sort the left subarray and the right subarray. So, L was equal to 0 and R was equal to this S minus 1. So, S minus 1 means 4 minus 1. So, we are going to get it as 3. That is why R has become 3. Similarly, the right sublist had L is equal to S plus 1. So, S is 4. So, 4 plus 1 is 5. And R remains the same. Now, with this, we obtained a partition on the left sublist at S is equal to 3. And for the right sublist, we got it as S is equal to 8. Now, since L is less than R, we need to continue the sorting. So, L is 0 and R is once again S minus 1. So, S is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. And the right sublist contains left is equal to S plus 1. So, S plus 1 is 3 plus 1. So, L is equal to 8 and R is equal to 3. Now, in this case, L is less than R. So, we have got a partition at S is equal to 2. That is the second position. Now, here in this case, L was greater than R. So, hence we do not have to sort this sublist. So, going to the other side, L is equal to 5 and R is equal to S minus 1, that is 8 minus 1. So, we have the value 7. So, we have obtained the partition at S is equal to 5. In this case, L has become greater than R. So, we do not have to call the quicksort once again. Now, for this left subarray, L is 0 and R is equal to S minus 1, that is 2 minus 1, it is 1. For this, we have achieved the partition at S is equal to 1. For this case, L is equal to S plus 1. So, L is equal to S plus 1, that is 2 plus 1. So, we got it as 3 and R is still 2. Here the condition fails, L is greater than R. So, we do not have to call the quicksort. Here also we observe L is greater than R, and in this case L was S plus 1, so it is 5 plus 1 6, R is 7, L is less than R, so we achieved the partition at S is equal to 7. So this is how the tree of recursive calls is represented for the quicksort algorithm.